So the watermelon kick, right, is what you call it. So I mean that kick is no different. I mean it's a great kick by Cairo, but that kick is no different than the previous two that we've recovered this year. You know, you look at the Muse recovery, you look at the JO recovery. Both of those recoveries happened in front of the 10 yards that the ball goes. And the reason why you want to aggressively go and attack those balls is because if you allow the ball to travel 10 yards, because the idea is that you're trying to create this slow spinning ball that allows the kickoff team to get across the line of scrimmage to be able to box out the kickoff return team. So now they have a frontal position over the kickoff return team. So the idea is that rules say that the kickoff team is not allowed to hit us or touch us until the ball crosses 10 yards. So we have free access to go and get the football. Like they cannot touch us or harm us in any manner so long as we step across and the ball has not crossed 10 yards. So I was a part of the whole really invention of this watermelon kick, and we did it in Dallas in 2020. And if you look at that game, Atlanta waited for the ball to travel 10 yards, and when it traveled 10 yards, the kickoff team, we basically ran across and boxed out the entire kickoff return team. So as soon as it did pass 10 yards, we just recovered it.
So that, I mean, I don't know if you can tell because it hits Johnny, but you think that ball is going to eventually get to the 10?
I think that ball is going to get to 10 yards, absolutely. And it's going to, because the idea is that the ball it essentially starts out, it kind of takes like an outward, and it's going to start trailing down. Yeah, so it's a tough kick, but I do think the ball for sure, because it looks like, all right, it's just kind of working its way like down the line towards the kickoff team, but that thing is going to tail back and it's going to start gaining ground.
Is it just a freak thing that it hits him, or is he?
Yeah, so Johnny just got to have some awareness right there. So he was just going to go block. He was just going to go block in any event of him going to go block. You know, he just didn't kind of see where the ball was at there. So that's kind of all that was. Yeah.
Did he see the ball hit his foot? It almost looked like his head was the other way.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't, and that's the thing. I think he was just so locked in on going to go pick up his block that he didn't see where the actual football was at, which is why I ended up hitting him right there in the leg. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I got to reiterate to those guys again, like whenever we get those type of balls, like we are in full on go and get it mode, regardless of how far it gets kicked. You know, because at some point, you know, at some point that ball is gonna start trailing and it's gonna work its way past beyond the 10 yards that it can travel.
So how does he know to? Because he was going to block. He wasn't even looking at the ball. It didn't look like it.
Correct.
So, you know, what's he supposed to do in that situation? Look at the ball, or go for the ball, or block for the guys behind him.
It depends on how confident he feels in going to go get it. And when I spoke with him, he did not feel confident in going to get that ball. So if for whatever reason you do not feel confident that you can go and get the ball, let's make sure we get out of the way, one, and then two, we can go aggressively get our blocks.
Is the coaching point was he was doing what he was supposed to, like he was supposed to take the front line?
Yeah, we should go get the ball. The number one thing is go retrieve the ball. As soon as the ball is on the ground, we see it's a watermelon, we are going to go get the ball if we can go get it. We're not gonna wait. We're not in the waiting business to go get it.
Would there be any situation where you would block inside that 10-yard zone, where you'd want a guy blocking?
Yeah, if the ball is not near me, yes. Yes. But if the ball is being kicked to me and I have the opportunity to retrieve it. But if the ball is a dribbler and it's outside of me or inside of me and I'm not in a position to retrieve it, go block.
About the field